Like to welcome everybody to Karatbars International Team Training. Today's topic is team building. I am live from the Philippines this week and for the next few weeks. Uh, we're excited about what we have to share here. You may hear some roosters in the background. It's a little bit different back home, but it's noisier here, and that's okay. It'll help entertain this portion of the training. Today's topic, as I said, is team building. And there are many ways to build a team. This is just one way, and I feel it's probably the best way. We see so many people trying to market businesses and programs online. Well, when we're talking about communication, you get the message across much better when it's face to face. When you're out there talking to somebody that you can't see, you lose a lot of the communication, even the telephone. You're not going to get the same success that you would get when you're talking to somebody face to face. People have this fear. It's your comfort zone that you need to get out of your comfort zone and do things that you normally wouldn't do. It's so important to talk to people, share this information. And that's what this training is going to do today, to teach you how to do that. Now, some of you I know are really good at that and have no problem talking to people, but the people that you sponsor may not be as good as you. And those are the people we need to help and understand so they can see it's not that bad. We're all born to talk to people. That's the way it is. And get in front of people. I've never seen an unsuccessful baby. Babies always get what they want. I love to use that line. Babies want something, they cry, and we come running to them and we get it done. So babies are great communicators, but yet they can't say a word. And through learned behavior, we learn to be shy, not want to talk to people, develop fear. Babies have no fear. That means when you were born, you don't have any fear until you experience something that bothers you. So let's continue with today's training, team building. As you see Robert Kiyosaki on the bottom here, financial freedom is a mental, emotional, and educational process. And that's 100% correct. As well as business, not just financial freedom, but through business and through Karatbars, you can create financial freedom. It's about your mindset. What are you doing? How are you thinking? Your psychology. I talk about the psychology of marketing. What are you positive? Are you negative? Are you letting other people affect the way you think? You get into a program, you try to share it with them, you may not do it the right way, and they say, "What are you getting into now?" It's called the NFL. No friends left because you've brought so many programs and opportunities to them, and maybe they didn't work. You can't let other people, negative people especially, influence your mindset. You've got to be positive. You got to do what others don't do. And it does take time. It's about attitude. Do you have the right attitude when you're talking to people? Are you in that right frame of mind with your mindset? So the attitude is very important. Sorry if you hear any background noise. They're doing some construction work here. Couldn't find a good spot to work in. But anyway, back to the presentation. Your attitude. You got to let it go in a positive way, like the situation I'm having now. It's noisy. I'm in another country. There's roosters. There's construction going on. I don't let that bother me because I need to focus on what needs to get done. And that's Karatbars International. Having the right attitude when you speak to people will show not just in your verbal expression, but your body language, your body expression, which is important as well. Not only is attitude important, activity. Are you working Karatbars or are you think you're working Karatbars? I tell people all the time, and I repeat this, put something on the refrigerator that you want. Some kind of item, maybe a car, maybe a house, it could be a vacation, a cruise. Put a picture of that on your refrigerator, and underneath it, you can use Microsoft Word, you can type it out. What did I do today to grow my business? What did I do today to grow my business? Most people will say nothing. That's your answer why it may not be working. And if you are busy and it's not working, it means you're saying something wrong. And that can be corrected. So you don't have to worry about that. That's where the attitude and the activity work together. If something's wrong, you fix it. Just like an athlete, you may have a quarterback in football that's having a bad day, throwing a lot of interceptions. Maybe something in the way he was throwing the ball affected his situation. And they watch film and they correct it. Well, you can correct business as well if you're not having a great day, month, or even year. I had somebody when I was in the mortgage industry years ago, a loan officer, and for 14 months, I did this on the live video yesterday, for 14 months, she didn't close one loan. But her attitude was there, but the activity wasn't quite there yet because she didn't feel comfortable. She wasn't in that comfort zone. Or I should say, she was definitely out of the comfort zone when speaking to people. A lot of people fear rejection. Rejection, I tell people the more rejection you have, the more success you're going to get because that means you're talking to people. No rejection means you're not talking to anybody and there's no activity level. Well, 14 months, she didn't close one loan. Then the 15th month, something happened and she closed 5 loans. In the 16th month, she became the top producer out of 120 loan officers. And I asked her, what's going on? She goes, I just decided I need to make this work today. Because if I don't work, it's not going to work. And that's what she did. Shaking, scared to death, going out there and talking to real estate agents, and she brought in business. And I tell you, 2 months later, she was a different person, had the confidence. See, you need to build confidence, and you can't build confidence without success. That's how you can have some confidence without success, but the more success you have, the more confidence you're going to have. And that's based on your attitude, your activity, and your mindset, all combined. Goal setting. People talk about setting these long-term goals. Well, you can't reach your long-term goals until you get your short-term goals taken care of. What are your short-term goals for today, for this week, and this month? Maybe a 3-month short-term goal setting would be nice. Do something for the first 3 months. What are your plans? How many people are you going to talk to? Maybe even not on a daily basis, because many of you are part-time and cannot do Karatbars on a daily basis. But how many people are you going to speak to this week? Who are you going to speak to? That's another important thing. And what are you going to say to reach these goals? And how many people do you want to sponsor? What kind of income are you going to make? How much gold are you going to acquire? That's another goal setting. Karatbars, they don't have any requirements. You're the requirement. You set your requirements here. There's no auto ship. There's no monthly fee. There's no annual fee. We have to take advantage of that. People can sign up for free. They don't need to pay anything to get a back office. They can sign up for free. When I talk to people, that's how I market it these days. We're going to get into that in a moment. To help set your goal setting, there's a memory jogger which I attached you can download. Use that memory jogger to think of people that you need to talk to. Very simple. Out of sight, out of mind. We forget about people. Write down their name, write down their phone number. And that creates your memory jogger. You know what else is a memory jogger? Your cell phone. The contact list on your cell phone is a great tool. And I was taught this a couple years ago, and it really worked. I text people, my contacts on my cell phone that live near me, and I said, how would you like to get together Monday or Tuesday? Just, I haven't seen you in a while. Let's just meet and get together. That's it. And they usually respond, yeah, where do you want to meet? And pick out a place you want to meet. Starbucks, maybe Panera Bread, whatever. Pick out a place. You're not telling them why you're meeting, just haven't seen them for a while. Like to get together and chat. That's how you set up appointments. And what are you going to bring to your appointment? We'll talk about that in a moment as well. It's about learn to earn. Most people don't spend the time educating themselves on the product and their opportunity. They just think they're going to get started and make a lot of money. It doesn't work that way. We have gold. Some people say, oh, Karatbars, I can get gold cheaper somewhere else. Well, you know what? Cars work the same way. You have a Mercedes and a BMW, and then you have a Ford Focus. They're all cars, but what costs more? The Bentleys, look at a Bentley. Costs a lot more, but they're all cars. The thing is, they're not all cars. Some hold their value more, some have more benefits and more features. Karatbars gold holds their value much better than other gold. Why? Well, that's what you need to learn. Like, what is private issue? What is good delivery gold? Currency grade? London Bullion Market Association? All these things that are so important. The difference, and we're going to talk about some of the difference in the opportunity side of the gold. I don't pay for gold. Karatbars is helping me get my gold. I'm acquiring gold. And here's another thing. We are not buying gold. I'm in another country right now. I can't use my currency to go shopping here. I have to exchange it from one currency to another. That's what Karatbars is. The gold is currency. It's been currency for 2,800 years, but we don't use it that way. We don't think of it that way because Karatbars has now made it available to be accepted through K Exchange, and more businesses are joining K Exchange every single week. And pretty soon that's going to explode. So Karatbars gold is a lot different than what's out there. And that's something you need to understand. We're not buying it. It's currency exchange. We're exchanging dollar bills, which may come from your bank account, your savings, checking, or it may come from your commissions you earn. How much of your commission are you putting back into getting gold? It's not out-of-pocket money. Because when you take out your commission, what happens? You spend it and it goes away. You put some of that in gold, it increases in value. And I'll tell you, the best deal we have in gold is the 5-gram bar because you're getting it at a discount. You also have the 3% discount card to go on top of that. People tend to forget to use that 3% discount card on top of getting the 5-gram bar because you're also getting a huge discount when you buy the 5-gram over the 1-gram. Now we have the cash gold, which is going to make it affordable for everybody. Will be able to afford gold when cash gold becomes a product, which is any day now. Cash gold is going to be from 1/10 of a gram to 5 grams. And that's supposed to come out the 5-gram bars. I believe it's the 1, 2.5, and 5-gram bars are coming out in February of 2017. Those of you that are watching this recording after that, you may already have a bunch of it. Let's talk about bad habits. When I was working a job, 40 hours a week or sometimes a lot more with overtime, and I left my job to become an entrepreneur, no boss, I developed some bad habits. And that's something that may happen with you. You think you're working and you're not working. Sleeping later, taking longer lunch breaks, ending your workday earlier. What are you doing? Are you really working? And a lot of people think they are, but they may not be working. Don't fool yourself. You can change your bad habits. You just have to make maybe a daily schedule, especially if you're full-time. What are you doing? It may not always be prospecting. It may be what I'm doing right now. Going out and purchasing a webinar service. I use GoToWebinar, which is part of the GoToMeeting company. And I do this. As the team builds, I'm working right now. And through the process of duplication, you can be working right now. You can have live meetings, doing presentations once or twice a week. You can start off in your home. You don't need to spend a lot of money. Get some friends together. And that's what Tupperware did. If you're familiar with Tupperware, company started many, many years ago with containers, sealed containers to keep food fresh and stored. They would have Tupperware parties, invite people to their home, display all the products. We got it easy. All we have to do is display our gold cards. Maybe invest in one of those gold roll-up signs. I have a gold roll-up sign. It's part of marketing. Use your brochures. If you don't have enough, order a few more so people can at least look at them while you're having your events. Maybe have an upline call in that knows a little more than you do. Put them on the speakerphone. We have so much technology now that's free to take advantage of it. So what are you doing? Are you meeting with people? Are you going to see people? Your contact list on your phone, your memory jogger. All this is so important. I created a couple sayings in 1993. Here's one I feel is very important. Every company has top producers and non-producers, yet the product is the same. Think about that. Why are some people more successful than others? But the product is the same, the opportunity is the same. Now I hear people say, this program doesn't work. Well, maybe it's they're not working because if somebody's succeeding, it works. Karatbars, we have people making stupid money every month. They're making more in a week, some of these people, than people are making in a couple of years. And that's not an exaggeration. I was at an event in July 2016 in Atlanta. I'm seeing people make in a week. Some are making in a week what some are making in a year. Some 2 years, some even 3 years. It's a proven system. And the company is just celebrating its 5th-year anniversary, so you can't say they've been doing it for 10, 15, 20 years. They haven't. And a lot of these have never even done business before. I met some of them, and they just said all they did was talk to people. They didn't even have any clue what they were doing. My first month in Karatbars was an amazing month. I made 5 figures, and I had no clue about gold. I was learning. But the more I talked to people, the more I learned. I guess they call it on-the-job training. But I had no clue about gold. I didn't know the difference. I didn't know the importance. I didn't know the history of gold. I did learn that it went up 4,300% since 1932 because that was in the presentation. But I couldn't answer a lot of questions. But I was excited about seeing so many successful people. I was excited about learning to save for my future because I saw that maybe the stock market, mutual funds are not the best way. Real estate, you know what happens with that. We've experienced that as well. Gold's been around for 5,000 years. It's been traded as currency for 2,800 years. It's got a track record. It's just our mindset. It all goes back to the mindset. Here's another phrase that I brought up in 1993. If you can't change your people, change your people. We're talking about team building here. I was in a program in 1992. That's why I created this in 1993. And I focused on the wrong group. I was focusing on trying to help the people that were not successful and not putting in any effort. I thought I could change them. Where I should have been focusing on the people that shared my vision and wanted to succeed. We all know that in business programs, only 5% succeed. I can tell you in Karatbars, the rate is much higher. But still, it's not going to be 50, 60, 70%. It's not going to happen. You have to focus on helping the people that want to be helped. And you have to identify that, or who they are, by their activity. Are they emailing you? Are they calling you? Are they asking for help? Those are the people that should be on your team. And if they're not doing that, maybe they will decide a year later, 2 years later, something's going to happen with Karatbars. Happened to me. I have people that haven't been active for 2 or more years. And one guy emailed me a couple weeks ago and said, Steve, I want to sign up again for Karatbars. And it really sounds interesting. I see people are making money with it, and gold's all over the news with infomercials and everything else. I said, you don't need to sign up again. You're already signed up. But I haven't done anything for over 2 years. It doesn't matter. There's no auto ship. There's no monthly fees. Now, once you earn 50 euros, you're going to have to get your new MasterCard, which they have, a whole new design. And that's just a great card. They're adding features to that. So that's all he had to do. And you have your choice now of getting your card mailed to you or getting it sent to you by Federal Express. You just pay the difference in shipping costs. That's it. And they're getting it out so much faster now. They've really got their act together when it comes to a company. Let's get into some team building and miss opportunity, because that's what happens. You can be so close, like a tenth of an inch away from success. or by not talking to one person. And you could be at the mall. You can see a salesperson at the mall. Really good, taking care of their customers, very excited, into their job. They care about themselves. They have pride in what they're doing. And you're thinking, should I approach this person? Look what they're doing at this retail job. Where maybe they turn that around with that same skill level and talent, put them in Karatbars. What could be their income potential? And what do? I'll wait till next time. You talk yourself out of speaking to that person. A mall is the great place to find some great people for sales and marketing. An amazing place. And they don't have fear of talking to people face to face because they're doing it all day long. A lot of them are young and they're looking for a career. Some of them are retired, older, and they're doing it to supplement their income. With Karatbars, you create your own working schedule. You're not working for somebody else. You're not helping somebody else get rich. You're working for you. So we miss too many opportunities when we're out on the street. You may see somebody at the grocery store in the shopping line. She's talking to everybody. I mean, she probably has lots of people she knows. Guess what? That may be a good person to talk to. You need to look for the signs. Look for the personality. Look for the body language of people. They're telling you, hey, talk to me. But you're not doing it. It's a missed opportunity. Have you ever referred something or someone to another person? It could be maybe a product that you like, you bought. It could, some people remember the Vegematic. Those of you in other countries may not know what even I'm talking about. Vegematic used to dice and slice vegetables, all kinds of things, fruit, and people were, talking about that. Oh, you got to get this, or it may even be a blender. For some reason, kitchen stuff are great topics to talk about, and people say, oh, you need to buy this, you need to buy that, or you refer a doctor, or a lawyer, or a restaurant, or a movie. We're constantly referring someone all the time. This is nothing new. But how much do you get paid when you refer somebody or refer another product? Technically, you are selling the Vegematic, the blender, whatever, the knives, maybe ceramic knives, ceramic pans, or pots and pans. You're buying this stuff. You're telling people to buy it. You're selling their product and they're not paying you. And then you talk to me, oh, I can't sponsor anybody. I can't talk to people. You're doing it all day long. It's your mindset. It's your psychology. You don't even realize you're doing it. You'll do it for free, but for some reason, when you can make money, it becomes an obstacle. How about gold? You like gold? I see people telling people you need to buy gold. And they go to a broker and they buy gold and it may not even be as good quality with the same benefits as Karatbars, and they make no money. The broker's not going to pay you. We have to be referrers. We got to refer people, not sell, not recruit, refer. With Karatbars, it's different than other programs out there. It's not considered MLM or network marketing. It's an e-commerce company. We don't have to stock up on a lot of different products, which is good because a lot of businesses, you need that so you can sell the products, you can show the products. We don't have that. So our cost basis is almost zero. In fact, it really is zero. Your cost basis is the goal that you have that you're showing people, which is growing in value in time. And some people say, oh, gold went down this year, like last year. Well, you know what? When the price of gold goes down, you buy more. When it goes up, you keep purchasing, or I should say acquiring. Purchase is not, and buying is not the right words. You get more because when it goes down, you're getting it on sale. When it goes up, it's increasing in value. You cannot lose with gold. Goes down, again, you're getting it on sale. Goes up, keep still acquiring gold, it's increasing in value. So it's a great mindset to have when you're building up your gold nest egg. You become a referrer. We just talked about that on the last page. You build your team by referring them to the free Karatbars back office. Free. How many people will sign up for free? They may not all work it, and they may not all acquire gold. Some of them may. But a year later, they may change their mind and decide to work it. Keep in communication with them. Let them know that, hey, if you activate your account to one of the bronze, silver, gold, or VIP packages, you can enter the dual team system. You can get the sponsorship bonus and many more bonuses that are coming. Just believe me, there are going to be more ways to earn in Karatbars than what you see right now. Technically, they have 9 with the premium packages. But I promote 7. But you can get a premium package with all kinds of goodies inside. And you want to study that in your back office. A lot of people didn't even know there's a premium package out there. And that's mainly for marketing and for gold and for building your business. Again, as I said, do you have the marketing material? Do you have a roll-up sign? All these things are so important. Take away the business opportunity side of it. Take away the recruiting side of it. Refer people to what we've got here. That's what this is about. Referring other people. Very simple. Okay? Educate yourself. Do you know the difference between Karatbars gold and other gold? Educate yourself. Do you know the dual team system and how it works? Do you know the sponsorship bonus? Do you know some of the other bonuses that we get? The Karatbars Gold Fund, the Karatbars Pool. That's based on your team acquiring gold. The incentives. Are you studying that? We have the compensation plan in our back office. We also have it on our team website at yourgoldcenter.com. Yourgoldcenter.com. It's in my team emails. You should be looking at that and learning. You know, a doctor and a lawyer, how many years of education do they go through to make the big money? Everybody wants to make the big money, but are you willing to educate yourself to get to that level of money? It's not easy. It's very, that's why most people don't succeed in business. Because you need to do what others won't do. And it starts with education. Once you're educated, you become the teacher. You're the student, you become the teacher. In Karatbars, you use your uplines, your sponsors, as the teachers while you're the student. They want to help you. Everyone has an incentive here because of the bonuses with the Gold Fund, the Karatbars Pool, and the dual team system. When your team is building, your uplines, all of them, are getting paid. They have every reason to help you. The ones that are not helping you didn't get educated and they don't understand the benefit of them helping you build. And that's key. If you're local, you live near your sponsor, hey, even better. Have them meet with somebody. Or they can do 3-way calls. Or you can have a meeting and they can call in, as I said earlier, on your cell phone and put them on speakerphone and introduce themselves. And they can, or you can introduce them. Usually to edify somebody is very important in business. Speak about them, what they're doing, their success. And what that does, it builds a certain amount of a mindset in the people that are at your meeting. Oh, this person's successful. They may want to listen. Your friends don't know you as the gold expert. They don't even know you as the successful business person if you're just starting. So have them listen to somebody else. Work as a team. Even when I'm out of the country, I put my Viber number out there. People can call me on Viber. They can call me on WhatsApp. We can even use Facebook. The phone system through the messenger works great. There are tools out there we have now that we didn't have before. Don't talk business opportunity. You know, in some countries, like even the U.S., they don't even allow you. You're not supposed to say the words business opportunity. Federal Trade Commission is not really big on that. But don't talk about business. That scares people away. They don't think themselves as a business person. They may not be an entrepreneur. They have a job they like. Talk about gold. Talk about where they can sign up for free. Learn about gold. We can talk with each other. And as they get more comfortable with Karatbars, they go through that back office. And tell them to click on all the links. That's what I do. Click on all the links. And then they're going to see something about business. And they may say, hey, why don't you tell me about this dual team system? This looks pretty exciting. Because, you know, when people discover something for themselves, they are more excited about it. And their attitude and activity level is much higher. But in time, you want to approach them. Now, if you see somebody like at the mall, we talked about as a salesperson that's doing really well, you talk business with them. You decide who you want to talk business with. The no friends list, the NFL list that you've got, people saw you in other programs, don't talk business to them. Let them discover it or come back to them 6 months later and say, have you studied your back office? And then you can say, there's something you may have missed. Let me show it to you. And that's the compensation plan. They're already comfortable with it. They see the company's been around. There's a lot of psychology when it comes to marketing and business, and that's one of them. Show your gold to people. Show and tell. Remember, a lot of you in elementary school, we had what they call show and tell. You bring in a product, you bring in not a product, you bring in an item from home. It could be a toy, whatever it was when you were a little kid, and you show it to the class and you tell them about it. Show them your gold cards. Do you have any collector cards? Do you have a Christmas gold card? Do you have maybe a Valentine's card or one of the other collectors, the country cards? Show it to them. Let them see that, hey, there's more to it than just gold. This is a collector's item. Show and tell goes a very far way. Being visual is key. That's why I like to do face-to-face, because you get a larger percentage of communication being registered by the top person that you're talking to. On the phone, you lose a lot. But face-to-face, much better. Why? Because they can not only hear your excitement, they can see your excitement and your voice, your body language. Italians, they talk about having great body language when they speak. Your eyes. On the phone, you can't look them in the eye. Face to face, eye contact is so critical. Why is eye contact critical? Because when you look at somebody in the eye and you're talking to them, they see you're telling them the truth. So eye contact is very important. Now, you can look away at times. Obviously, you don't want to have a staring contest with them. But be excited about it, but not overly excited. Okay, you don't want them to come across as if you're crazy. Be excited in a special way with the tone of your voice. Monotone will turn people off. If you're monotone, they're going to say, this person's promoting something, but they don't sound too interested. Body language. Now, this is something called masking. Masking, when it comes to body language, observe their body language, and you want to do some of the things they're doing. The mind works in different ways. Our brain is very different. It's a powerhouse up there. I call it the electronic plant. If they're doing certain things with their hands or certain different type of gestures, copy that as well. Not everything they do. You don't want to look like a mirror, but a few things that they're doing. When they see that you're doing the same thing they do, guess what? For some reason, the brain is telling them, hey, like this person. Listen to them. Also, look for signs. What signs are we talking about? Their body language. Are they looking at their watch? If they're looking at that watch, what is that telling you? They're trying to get out of what you're doing. So maybe you need to move on or change what you're saying. They are maybe looking at another direction, not looking at you. Some people don't like eye contact. Or maybe they're not the right person to be speaking to and they can be a customer. That's something you need to think about as well. The arms are folded and they're leaning back in their chair. Well, guess what? When they do that, why don't you try and do the same thing? Fold your arms and lean back in your chair. I did that with a few people, and all of a sudden they unfolded their arms and they leaned forward. Because the arms folding could be an objection. They're building this wall, barrier. And in marketing, you got to break down the barriers. Those arms crossed, folded, that's a barrier. So I hope you understand how all that works. Let's get into more building. And it's the process of duplication. Karatbars keeps it simple. What I like about it is, if you have a multi-level business, you sponsor somebody on your front line, it's what I call the front line, they go direct to you on level 1. Everybody you sponsor is on level 1. And you may have 10, 20. If you're a good sponsor person or recruiter, you may have 10, 20, 30 people on your first level. Technically, everybody on your first level is competing with each other. And it makes it difficult for you to work with everybody. But if you have a dual team system like you see on your screen, your first front line We call them generations because there are no levels here, except when it comes to the gold payout monthly, but it's still based on your team. If you sponsor 2 people you see on the screen in yellow, they're on your front line. Where's the third person going to go? The third person you sponsor is going to have to go below number 1 or 2. What did you just do? You gave that person below you on your front line one of your front line, but it didn't affect your commission. You still get your sponsor bonus. You still get all the units in the dual team system. And you have to understand these units in the dual team system because it's powerful. You just put the third person underneath 1 or 2. They got the units, and they're going to get all the units for everybody that person sponsors. And multi-level, that never happens. You don't place people unless it's a friend, you try and help them out, but you don't benefit as much. Everybody on your team benefits. Right now, I have to check. I think I've sponsored like 167 people. Some of you that have been on this program for a while know it's ridiculous how many people I've placed below you. Not only did I place people below you, the people they bring in are below you. And in the dual team system, you're collecting units on everybody that activates and gets a package. Everybody. You know, in Karatbars, you could have 2 good people, one on the left and one on the right, and guess what happens to you? That's your retirement plan. And you can retire early if you haven't reached that age. How hard would you work to find 2 good people? Just make sure one's on the left, one's on the right. That's all you need to do. Some of you do get into a situation where you're really good and you're challenging me or your sponsor, and it can't place people below you. I try to do at least one for everybody, and eventually as it balances out, I may do even more. It just depends how it works. You know, I came in, I went crazy. It didn't benefit my sponsor to put anybody below me because we had thousands of people so fast. We were out sponsoring people on, I don't know if I'm on his left or right side. So he has to focus on the other side. He can't put anybody below me, but he can help me. He has unlimited amount of bonus codes for VIPs because you get 100 euros off. He provides them for me. Any help I need, any information, he sets me up direct with corporate. So there's ways that your sponsor can help you. Maybe not always by placing people below you, but they could be doing all kinds of events, meetings, whatever it may be. Work with your sponsor. Keep in touch with them. It's so important. Keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate Karatbars. Your product is gold, and your compensation plan is based on mainly the package bonus when you sponsor somebody in the dual team system. There are other ways we get paid. Learn those 2 first. And the faster you learn, the quicker you can talk to people. Start it local. Look at maybe a 25-mile radius of the people you know. Take out that cell phone, the contact list, your memory jocker, meet with people. Then you get a solid team of maybe 3 or 4 people that are direct to you locally. Have a meeting at your house and tell them to do the exact same thing. Contact list on their phone, memory jogger. Invite them over to your house. And then eventually their house. Very simple. Build it through the homes. If you need a bigger place at some time you're making money, that's great. You can get a bigger place. But start off in the homes, like Tupperware did, as I mentioned earlier when they first started. In the homes. And if you have a smaller home or an apartment, find somebody with a big home. And that may be the first person you want to sponsor. These are the things you're looking for. What are your obstacles? Small house, small apartment, no meeting space. Person you want to speak to, somebody with a big meeting space, a house or an office, something like that, a church, wherever it may be. Go speak to a pastor. Do that. There's so many ways to handle objections, and we don't do it. Once you build up a local team and you're making money and you're confident, then you can go global. How do you go global? Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. I have the most success on Facebook. A lot of you see me on Facebook. I posted groups. We had a training on that. Watch the video. How to post on Facebook groups. I have people that come on these webinars, not today because this is strictly the team, but tomorrow night I have people registered for our webinar. Those watching the recording, that means nothing to you because it's already passed. But this week, Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, we have a live webinar, an opportunity webinar. I got people from Facebook coming. I'm posting. And it's in the video on how to do that. That's activity. Is your success rate as high as talking to people face to face? No, because you don't have as much of that communication there. Face to face, you have more communication being registered by the person you're talking to. But if you do this enough, it's called a numbers game and repetition. They start seeing your post. I like to use large graphics, so they see that post. Eventually, they may get curious and ask for information and go from there. And when you post, it's important what you write down, what you type, and that graphic. You can copy what I do, just change it to do what you do, your situation, because it's not going to be the same as mine. So start local, go global. Find your first two. Some of you are going to find many more. Are your first two going to be your key people? Most cases, no. But you know what happens? Let's say that somebody is not producing, you're building that leg for them. You put somebody on their left side, and that person sponsors 10, 20, 30 people, keep sponsoring more. Before you know it, they have 500 or more people on their left side and nobody on their right. You go to that person, you say, you're one person away from changing your life financially. Let's find that one person. It may take 5, 10, 20 people to find that right person. Think about it. If you can make $200,000, $300,000, even a year, people are making that in a month in Karatbars. But let's say $200,000, $300,000 a year, and it just took one more person to get there, even two. How hard would you work to get that? You could not achieve that in most cases at your job. Are they going to pay you into the six figures? In most cases, no. So you'll never do it. The opportunity for you to do it is here. And because of the dual team system and the process of duplication, it's so much easier. But you got to find that person. And it may not be the first, second, third. It may even be 50 people, but who cares? You've got time. There's no monthly fees. You're not spending any money here. And you're acquiring gold while this is all happening, growing your savings. So, keep it simple. Maybe some people are going to go slower than others. That's fine. Once you got your two or more, help them get their two. And I will tell you, I was looking at the list. More than 70% of the people I've sponsored have sponsored 1, 2, 3, or 4 people. That's unheard of in this industry. Unheard of. It's usually 5%. I'm around 70%. Are they all making big money? No. But guess what? That may change in time. I'm not going to pressure somebody. I'll talk to them from time to time because the timing may be right now where it wasn't 3, 4 months ago or even a year ago. It's all about that timing and their mindset, attitude, and activity, which we talked about. Once they get there too, repeat the process with the two they bring in. They're still learning, and some of you are still learning. So maybe you need an upline. Help them get there too. Keep their mind focused because we tend to drift. We don't see any income coming in for 2, 3 months. Oh, this doesn't work. Remember that saying, every company has top producers and non-producers, yet the product is the same. That happens. We've got people making big money in Karatbars, so that shows me it works. Be a leader. Can you be a leader in the beginning? Yes and no. Yes, by your attitude and your activity, you can be a leader. But are you the expert in knowledge when it comes to knowing all the ways we get paid and about gold? No. That's where you rely on your uplines. But be a leader when it comes to building a business or maybe showing people how to get a free back office. Take that leadership role where you can build something that's yours forever. And you can pass this down to your family. A lot of people don't know that. You can pass this down to your family. Well, that pretty much covers the training for today. Don't go away. Those of you that are here live, I'm going to stick around for a bit. and take any questions or comments or things you need clarified on. So those of you watching the recording, we're going to end the recording now, and I wish those watching the recording the best out there. You can do this. It's not difficult, and we all help each other. So again, thank you for your time. Start learning and earning. Bye now.